Just how insane was the Temecula Valley housing market in January? It was nuts, and some sellers are quite frankly getting greedy. I'll tell you all about it. Here we go. Hi, if we haven't met yet, I am Jessica Genung with Active Realty, and my husband Chris and I, we are realtors here in the Temecula Murrieta Valley. Before we start, I have a bit of a little announcement to make. We are still in a very extreme seller's market, and 2021 is starting off to be even crazier than 2020 was. We work mostly with buyers in our business, and it has gotten even harder to get our clients' offers accepted, and we're having to show many more properties and write many more offers than typical in our current environment. In addition to this competitive market environment, buyer demand for our area is huge, with lots of people trying to move here. And because of this, we are getting some help in our business from some agents that I used to work with at my previous brokerage that have been a godsend. All awesome ladies, and I'm hoping to introduce them to you on this channel here shortly in the upcoming weeks if they are willing. They have been a huge help for us and our clients, and this is a new development which is going to help us keep our level of service up because there are just so many folks wanting to move here. So more on that down the road. Moving on to the market report. We're going to start with greedy sellers. We've been seeing some very greedy sellers lately, and I'm going to give you a few examples of that. We don't typically see it, but this is a crazy market. So just this past weekend, I had a client that was interested in a nice pool home in South Menifee. Property was listed at $555. So I contact the listing agent. I say, my clients want to write an offer. Do you have any offers currently? She says that they've received 6 offers. All of them have been rejected, and the highest was $585. This property, again, it was listed at $555. So they rejected a $585. Then she goes on to tell me that the seller is looking for $600 or $605, wants a waived appraisal, and a buyer with a lot of extra cash. So naturally, my clients thought that that was pretty messed up, and they said, well, forget it, and I don't blame them. Good for them. And that actually wasn't the first time that that has happened recently. About a month ago, we had the same situation happen with a for sale by owner property. I think it was listed at, I want to say like $530. We were the only offer on the property, so we thought, okay, we'll negotiate it down a little bit. We came in at $520. It was a fair offer. The seller owner countered back at $540. So PSA to any sellers out there, when you counter above your asking price, and especially when there are no other offers, this offends the buyers. Free rent backs. That is another thing that we're seeing sellers asking for very commonly. They want it all right now. So I've had a couple this past week where the sellers wanted a free 29-day rent back. A rent back is very common, and maybe even a free rent back for a few days or a week or even 2. But you know, when you start talking about a month or more long rent back, like the seller requesting that is, I mean, you can just tell the kind of market that we're in. They want it all. The seller in possession, like I said, it's very common so that the sellers can have time to move. But on the form, it's a seller in possession form. It's called the SIP. We can put in there how much that the sellers are going to be paying the new buyers in rent. Normally it's a per diem, sometimes it's a flat rate, but currently they're asking for it for free. That 29 days is important because when you get to 30 days, then we have to fill out the lease form, which is a multiple page form, and then you end up in a landlord-tenant situation. Last part about greedy sellers that we've been seeing lately, the counter offers. Like my buyers just walked away from, they withdrew their offer on a property just last week because a seller multiple counter offer came out where they were countering multiple buyers, and it had like 10 items on the counter. And we already had, you know, great offer. We're way over asking, we're shortening contingencies, and then 10 things come back on the counter, and you know, they wanted you to take the property as is, you know, completely waive the appraisal, shortening up contingencies even further. Like, it was just so many things that it was just too much for my clients, and I thought, good for them. It's getting ridiculous. In one of my previous market reports, I went into some of the detail of my current transactions that we're working on to give you the boots on the ground view of the market, and we received some very good feedback from that. So today I'm going to give you the trenches report again and share with you some recent wins and losses so you can get an idea of what's going on. But like I said before, if this is not interesting, you can go ahead and just skip straight to the numbers. I'm gonna have the timestamp for that down below in the description. Let's start out with my most recent listing. We work mostly with buyers lately, but this time time we were on the listing side. So we were selling a 1,600 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home on a cul-de-sac in North Menifee, and it was priced at $409,000, which is a very great low price for our area, but it was right in line with the comp, so we priced it pretty close to market value. We received 21 offers in just 2 days, and we actually had to pull the property from showings. We had to cancel the showings on the 3rd day because we had so many great offers. I think all but one offer was over our list price, and we are in escrow for tens of thousands over our asking price. Many of the offers were tens of thousands over the asking price. We haven't closed yet, so I don't want to say the exact amount, but we are closing soon, and all of the contingencies have been removed. We've definitely had some heartbreakers lately where we had amazing offers in, big down payments, we're way up and over asking, tens and tens, $30,000, $40,000, waived appraisal contingency, thought for sure we're going to be getting this property, and then we don't. That has happened multiple times recently. So that is the current market. We probably in those instances were beat out by all cash. We won't know until it closes, but we are starting to see more all cash offers. One recent win that we're excited about is we got a contingent offer accepted for one of our clients last week. I've been talking about how difficult or almost near impossible it is to get a contingent offer accepted in this market where you have a home to sell before you can purchase your Temecula or Murrieta home. And these clients got a contingent offer accepted. It was, I think, the first property that we made an offer on for them. We did not get it originally, but it fell out with the other buyer, and they called us to see, are they still interested? We said yes. That was like their #1 home. They've been comparing all the other homes to that home. So they're super excited. We're super excited for them. You never know. Let's talk briefly about new construction. New construction is a very hot market as well, just like resales. And thank you so much, you guys who watched my last week's video, the new construction update, and commented, letting me know about several projects that I was unaware of that are coming. So now I have my eye out for those, and I'll be keeping everybody updated. A lot of new construction projects are just about wrapping up, so we're waiting for the new ones to start opening so that we don't have to be on the long wait list. Chris, he is going to be running the numbers, so I am going to let him take that away. All right, thanks you guys. Bye.
Hey guys, Chris here. I'm going to go with audio only today. I know you don't really want to look at me, so let's do audio only. And speaking of audio only, have you heard of Clubhouse? I've been kind of messing around with Clubhouse lately. Jessica doesn't like how I'm always trying different social media platforms, too many software products, things like that. But here's my idea. Would you want to look at market stats in a Clubhouse room with me and Jessica? Maybe we could start it in February. It could even be a one-on-one if I get one person to do that. Just an idea. Drop a comment if that's of interest at all to you. We do single family homes only also. I don't do condos, townhouses. I don't do everything. So that's why on certain stats, you'll see it's not big numbers. And I'll just kind of point that out as we go. Here is Murrieta, 576 versus 486. That's a difference of 90,000. All right. Huge number. Huge number. That's why it's 18%. Us in real estate and in sales, we don't even like it to go up this much, especially on the buyer side. Most of our clients are on the buyer side. We don't like to see these price increases. We wish it would be growth, stable, and slower growth. That'd be a good thing for everybody. Menifee, 441 versus 373. That's up 18% year over year. That's a delta of 68,500, almost 69,000 there. In Temecula, wow, 127. So 23% in Temecula, 665 versus 538. And I'll kind of point out these spreads between the 2021 in red and the 2020. Last year, we'd always point out the spreads between the bars. Hopefully, we see a little narrowing between the spreads. Let's get through some of these a little quicker now. Closed sales, 120 versus 167 this year. That's up 39%. 161 versus 115 in Menifee. That's up 40%. So that's a big percentage number. Even while in Temecula, it's down. Days on market. Here's a crazy stat. Look at that. 20 versus 50. 20 days on market, 60%. 20 in Menifee also, 57%. And then in Temecula, 19 versus 50, that's down 62%. Number of listings. This is the inventory issue that we talk about over and over and over again. Murrieta, 179 versus 347. It's basically half of what it should be. Half the inventory of what it should be. Menifee, look at that. 123 versus 379. It's 1/3. That's 1/3 of what the inventory should be in Menifee. And Temecula, 178 versus 274. That's what's going on in the real estate market, guys. Low inventory.